Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel. Thanks guys so much for subscribing and being here with me as we go along our little spiritual journey. And I was just finishing my videos today, and so here we go with another messages from your animal spirit guides or animal totems or whatever you want to call them. And once again, we do not have to focus on just having one of these things, you know. We far too often we limit ourselves. Oh, you know, I'm the eagle and that's that. No, let's expand our awareness and bring in whatever wisdom we can from whatever sources it comes from. So I'm going to choose, well, I'm not going to choose a card, but I'm going to ask for the right card to come through for each one of us. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about it, and perhaps we'll do a little bit of an attunement as well as we go along. So we'll see what happens. So now I'm just going to close my eyes and shuffle the card and ask for a message for each one of us. Okay. Okay. Ooh, very interesting. We got the spider. Now don't freak out, it's not a real one. Okay, so trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. So obviously we see how the spider creates its webs. You are getting some creative energy coming through for you right now. This was also the card of the week for the Domino Angels that I just did. Talking about creativity and bringing in this inspiration into your life. The spider also traditionally talks about mother energy. Spiders are very, very good mothers, looking after all those thousands of babies. And it talks about perhaps a message from your own mother. Perhaps she's still living. Perhaps if she's passed away, this is a message that she loves you very much and she's always protecting you and she's always watching over you no matter what. And you know, keep talking to her, keep talking to your mother, even if she is alive today. Some of us are estranged from our mother. I'm one of those people. My real mother doesn't really talk to me anymore at all. I haven't spoken to her for quite a long time, but I still tell her what I'm up to mentally, and I just you know, still hold that sort of communication level from my end. She may not be picking up on the messages I send her, but for me, it's good for me to be doing that. So you may be in the same kind of position where you don't speak to your mother, or there's been some kind of rift or something, or she's miles and miles away. Keep mentally talking to her anyway. It's like you doing your part on creating some kind of healing that may happen 20 years down the track. It may never happen in this lifetime, but you've at least done the work on this and brought it into your life. And those of you who have lost your mothers, as I said, they are always, you know, looking after their children. They are always loving you. Nothing from the life that you've lived together in the physical is relevant to them while they're on the other side. So although you may sit there feeling guilty about things you could have done or should have said, all those things, know that your mother has complete detachment from that. And she only sees the beautiful soul that you are, as she always did. But she only sees this beautiful soul that you are, and she will help guide you on your journey. Saying, you know, being worried and all of those things, or being upset, is not helping her, and it's not helping you either. She's wanting you to move forward, see the spark of beautiful energy that she brought into the world, that you are, and move forward with your true self-purpose, you know, your true life path. So I'll read this to you a little bit. There's a little bit in the book here. Okay. It's not an easy one to find. All right. So creativity, wisdom, weaving, balance, storytelling, writing, connectedness, inspiration, femininity, nurturing, communication, imagination, and even individuality are the associations of the spider. The pulse of creativity is especially strong right now, triggering a not unfamiliar and compelling desire to express yourself through creative writing. Whether or not the tales you weave are true, whether they're based on actual experience or the imaginings of your fertile mind, each day sit yourself down and pour out the words that come to you. Don't ponder each sentence or paragraph, just write whatever wants to be written through you. To inspire and enlighten others, you don't need a profoundly complex tale. Start by describing a personal experience, one where you gain some insight that may also be useful for others. However, don't focus on how people will respond to your story. Instead, just enjoy the process of writing without judging your work or yourself. Write to express, but not to impress. In attempting to write, you may find yourself easily distracted, either with others' needs for your time and attention, or with those negative thoughts and beliefs that are the product of judgments and shame that you were subjected to during childhood. A powerful way to release these habitual and self-limiting thoughts and feelings is to write about them in story form. As you do so, don't hold anything back. Through such a catharsis, you heal those words that had originally wounded you. And how many times have we all thought that we were stupid for the things that we, want to do in our life or want to create in our life? And I know that, I always felt useless when I was young, that I couldn't do anything. Some of those words were directed towards me. Oh, you're stupid, you'll never make it, you'll never get anywhere, you're useless. And sometimes I heard that I was brilliant and all those kinds of things as well. Not saying that it was always bad, but that we only remember the bad ones. We only think about that, and it stops us from driving forward in our life. However, I find now that I don't mind what anybody thinks of me. I just get things out there, because you can be your own worst critic at times. Who cares about anybody else? We can be our own worst critic and stop ourselves from expressing ourselves with the things that we want to do. Like, with drawing, that's something I'm learning about now, and I'm thinking, oh, it's not as good as such and such, but who cares? We get it out there, and we don't judge ourselves for anything. We just get it out there, and then you will find that sometimes the things that you didn't like very much, other people really, really love. And that's the same thing even with videos that I make. Sometimes there's videos that I think, oh, I don't know whether I should upload that video, and other people just went crazy and thought it was wonderful. So we can be our own worst critic. So just remember that you are a creative being and you are here to create. And I'm not going to do a attunement on the spider right now, because it may be something that freaks people out, but I will make an MP3 of it. I've been working on some MP3s for you guys. My husband's on night shift, so he's sleeping during the day, so there's like this narrow amount of time where he can master these for us and get them up on my website. So hang in there with me. I'm doing the best I can with things. But yeah, please start drawing or writing and getting things, even if you're just journaling. That is amazing. I spent 20 years of journaling and studying with books. And the way that I would study with books and things, well, the reason why I know a lot of things about different subjects is because I would get a book, and even though I've got the book and I've bought the book and it's right in front of me and I can have it for the rest of my life, I still bought myself a notepad or a special book, and in it I would just go through and I'd be reading the book with one hand, I'd be writing with the other, like different points. And that was a way of, as soon as I would write things, that was a way of me remembering things, me recalling things. So you write, you're reading, you're writing, you're reading, you're writing. You've got all these different points, and I've got volumes and volumes of notepads, notebooks that I've got at home that have all this information that I haven't even gone back through at the moment. So there's so much things that I can show you and teach you guys and put up my website and all those kinds of things. But that is how my website got started with so much information, is because I just had volumes and volumes of notes that I'd taken, and then started to write about it. And again, didn't think I was much of a writer either, but I just wanted to express myself. What I was thinking I wanted to put onto paper. It's not always easy, but I found that writing was easier. at times than for speaking for me. And now I'm into the speaking and been doing YouTube for about 4 years or something. That becomes easy for me as well. But I still feel that a lot more information comes through when I'm writing, and that is why I prefer to do a lot of email readings for people, or guidance for people, because I can just write and all this, it starts to stretch out and there's all this information going on. So anyway guys, you can do it. You can be anything you want. Remember, just keep talking to your loved ones, not just those that have lost mothers. Keep talking to your loved ones that are in spirit, and you know, they are listening to you, they can hear you, and messages will come through. Pay attention to those messages. Pay attention to the thoughts and the feelings that you have. So for example, if you want to know the answer to something, why don't you think about what your mother or parent or loved one would say to you? What would they say to you? You always know what they would say to you. That is them actually communicating with you. It's them helping you from afar. So just stay in connection all that you can. So thank you for listening, and until the next video, it's goodbye from me. Bye everyone.